Keep building up the walls that you have crushed. The riddles in your eyes, they say too much. Even the brightest stars will lose their spark. If love is a place, we traveled a million miles too far. 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 I was made to live this life, and live is what I've done. Found a wonder of the night, so hoping there was none. But I know the light could fade from my eyes, my plane could fall from the sky. The world could tell me this is my time. I count my blessings every day, I'm more than I deserve. Sing this song when I am gone, I'll be in every word. But I know the light could fade from my eyes, my plane could fall from the sky. The world could tell me this is my time. And if I should die here tonight, darling, know that you saved my life. Felt your love every day, not a thing I would change. And I know you'll be okay. And I know you'll be okay. And I know you'll be And if I should die here tonight, darling, know that you saved my life. Felt your love every day, not a thing I would change. And I know you'll be okay. Where you gonna be when it's freedom, freedom, freedom comes?
Since the beginning of time, all living must face a choice. A decision to affect their entire existence. Good or evil, harmony or chaos, surrender or fight, dark or light.
Choose your side, dark or light. Choose your side. Choose your side, dark or light.
Been running from you all my life. Now I know I only wasted time. Guess I had to go to the dark side to find my way to the light. 'Cause now I want you like never before, never before. Come and get me, I'm ready like never before, never before. Putting my heart now in your hands. Been running from you all my life. Now I know I only wasted time. Guess I had to go to the dark side to find my way to the light. 'Cause now I want you like never before. Come and get me, I'm ready like never before. Putting my heart now in your hands, 'cause now I understand what it was all for. Like never before, never before, never before. Like never before, never before, never before.
Sometimes the world seems dark and cold. Sometimes we get lost and lose control. Sometimes our hurt puts our happiness on hold. What keeps us going down the line and makes it worth our while? It's the moments of
Four-letter word, bring me down in the dark, let me drown. And I've had all this time now. Lift me up and leave me in the dark of the vacancies, 'cause all I wanna do is go down to see on a flame. If you love me like that, I'll break it down. When you do it to me, bottom from the earth. Do it to me, bottom from the earth. Out in the dark, will you let me down? Come on, break me down. Running poison in my blood. Out in the dark, will you let me down? Come on, break me down.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the weekly live stream. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's an honor to have you all here on our channel, True Love and Lives Weekly with Brandon Tobias. Let's take a second here, take a deep breath, and make sure that the audio, the tech, my hair of all things is in its appropriate place, can be heard, can be seen, can be transmitted, and can be felt by all of you. It's such an honor to meet with you all on a weekly basis. I get so excited. If you ask my girlfriend, Paola Velez, Michelle Velez, you should go follow her, by the way. She's awesome. She knows that I take way too much time and put way too much thought and way too much energy into making sure that this happens in the perfect way every single week, because I just love it, and I love it to death, and I love seeing you all to death, and I love conversing with you all to death and talking and sharing and channeling, and it's the best thing ever. So thank you all, because I would not be able to do this without all of your support and all of your presence and all of your communication and all of your questions and all the things that allows me to shine and to express in the greatest of ways. So thank you. I do not take it for granted. I take it with love. I take it with unconditional love. And I wish to, through these weekly channelings, give that back to you. And the way in which I can give that back to every single person watching to the best of my ability, hopefully, is by channeling clear-cut, objective messages through the power of unconditional love, through the power of God and Jesus Christ, through the power of beings of love and light, potentially even from higher dimensions. Now, if you're new here, you're just joining and that sounds absolutely insane, I get it. Don't worry. I am I am a certified insane person. I'm just kidding. I'm really not. I'm a normal person. Briefly, a little bit about me. I know most of you guys have been here before, but those of you guys who are new, I'm an ex-college football player. I was a political science and philosophy major in school. I studied nutrition, I studied health, and I worked at a health and wellness facility for about 7 to 10 years. During that course of time, I was trying to find my purpose in this lifetime. I was like, I don't know what I'm here to do, but something keeps drawing me towards energy work and astrology, and I don't know why, but because it's really weird and it's really out there and it's really kind of insane at times. But eventually my path led me towards getting Reiki certified, learning astrology, and doing eventually readings not just for myself but for eventual clients. And that is how this channel grew into what it is today. Eventually astrology led into tarot. COVID led to being laid off. Being laid off led to being desperately looking for a way to make money, which led to me doing research on YouTube to see how to do that, which led to me going, well, I guess I'm going to start doing tarot readings publicly. And here we are today. So thank you guys again so much for joining. Now, here's the agenda for today. Again, if you guys are new or you're just joining in, hello. It's nice to see you guys. We're going to start off with a channeled message. Okay, what I do here is I open a ceremony. I open an actual portal for beings of love and light. These are angels, spirit guides, higher beings of masters, really the masters, okay, and the wise ones talk through me. Okay, as best as I can describe it, when I open this ceremony and I allow them to speak, I can essentially channel their messages that they see from a higher perspective for all of our highest good and healing at this particular moment. That is who and how I channel. Now, I've been getting lots of concerns lately about, Brandon, are you making sure that the ceremony you open is pure, that the beings you're talking to, your guides, your angels, are actually not demonic creatures or not actually dark entities trying to trick you into saying something that's going to throw people off? And I take extra special care to ensure that's the case. One, by allowing the energy of Jesus Christ and God into this particular ceremony. So no one has to worry about any dark entities sneaking their way in or giving messages that are not of 100% pure love and light. The second thing I do is I specifically ask for guidance from beings who are of 100% pure love and light. So you don't have to worry if the messages are tainted or if they're coming from my ego or if they're coming from any other place. Believe me, my girlfriend will tell you lots of times the messages that come through are just as much for other people as they are for me. Okay? So let me just check in with the YouTube chat and see and make sure everyone is doing really well and that everyone can hear me okay. Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. Hi, Cosmic Angel. Hello. It looks like you're new to the channel, so welcome. Everyone give Cosmic Angel a big welcome. Emmanuel, hello. Good to have you here, sir. Yunmi, hello. Candace Young, hello. Heather, hello. Good to see you back here. The Empress 1111, Rosalie, hello, everyone. It's good to have everyone here. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with a channel message from the masters, the guides, the angels, the loved ones, anyone else who wants to join. By the way, Jesus Christ is considered a master, so he might be joining in as well. He often does. Archangel Michael, archangels, etc. Then we're going to go into a true love and legacy tarot reading. What this means is that we're channeling messages specifically for the collective when it comes to a step-by-step weekly process on how to step into your greatest legacy in this lifetime, finding out your soul purpose and taking steps toward it by doing the necessary inner work and learning the necessary lessons to move forward in the greatest possible way. Alongside of that, as a conjunct to that, as an adjunct to that, is finding your true love counterpart, your divine soul counterpart, whether you want to call it a soulmate or a twin flame or whatever crazy term we have these days, your divine soul counterpart. And yes, we do channel for quote unquote twin flame relationships. The reason I say all this is because everyone has a different name for it. At the end of the day, it's a very deep, divine, destined soul connection that helps each person grow to be their greatest possible self in this lifetime, and more importantly, to reach their greatest possible destiny in this lifetime as well. So that's all the things we channel for. After all of that, we're going to be going into an astrological horoscope and look at the weekly energies ahead. And finally, we're going to end with a Q&A. So if you guys have questions, about general love situations or situations about with your person, whether they're female or male, or what's going on, the dynamics there, or you just have questions as to what you want to make sure something's going right, save those till the end. We are going to be doing a Q&A, and we're going to be going through all of those questions, or as much as I have the energy to channel for, at the end. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it, and here we go. Opening this official ceremony here and now through the power of unconditional love. Calling in the guides and angels, loved ones, masters, and wise ones, angels and archangels. Calling in the energy of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene, calling in the energy of Archangel Michael specifically as well. Archangel Michael, I'm asking that you help to keep this particular area, this environment, this portal, and this ceremony clear of any dark or demonic entities that would wish to taint this message specifically. Thank you so much. Guides and angels, I'm asking for guidance purely through the power of unconditional love and from those beings purely who serve the power of pure love and light in this particular lifetime and in all particular lifetimes. Thank you so much. This ceremony is now officially open. Let me see if there are any channeled messages here and now. The answer lies in this moment, in the stillness that you feel, down deep, in the most powerful part and resonancy of your body. The answer, like a cup or glass of still water, lies buried deep down within. And in order to receive it, you must be willing to calm this water deep inside of your soul in order to allow for the answers to come forth, which are going to set you free. There is a particular set of answers that you are looking for, and they're calling all of us young ones, of course. Sometimes I don't say everything they're saying because they're just talking to me, but sometimes they want me to. There's a particular set of answers that we are looking for that is only possible to find not from the outside circumstances, not from the people who are telling you a certain way of doing things, and not from any of the advice that you've been given, but more importantly from the still waters rising from beneath the surface inside of your own body, inside of your own soul. There's a particular area of your body which has a higher resonancy than the rest that is individuated for every particular person here. And one thing they would like you to ask as an exercise if you're watching is to close your eyes just for a second. Allow for the waters inside of your body, mind, heart, and emotions to still. And as you allow for this to still, you find out which area of your body is resonating at a higher pace, at a higher frequency, at a higher energy level or activity level, whatever it is you want to equate it to, than the rest of your body, mind, heart, and soul. And it could be anywhere. It could be your head. It could be the top of your head. It could be your heart. It could be your sternum or your solar plexus here. It could be your sacral. It could be your legs. I want you guys to, just for a second, right, they're recommending, look into these parts of the body, allow for the still waters to settle, and then identify which part of your body is resonating or vibrating in the highest possible frequency that you can feel, that you can actually feel. Not that you're making up in your head, not that you want to feel, but that you can actually physically, tangibly feel inside of your body. Okay? And when you have that particular area of your body, I want you to put it in the chat. Whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on TikTok, go ahead and put it in the chat. What area of the body is that for you? For me, it's my sacral right away. It's my sacral area. It's also my hips as well. My hips connected to my sacral right here in my belly. All of the energy here wants to come up and to rise and to speak through me from there. Okay? But what I'm hearing is every single person on this live chat has a particular area where that has a resonancy at the highest possible frequency. Now, this is your gift. This is the master's gift to all of us right now. The masters who are speaking to us here and now. This is not coming from me. This is the master's gift that is coming to us here and now. This particular area that you identify as the highest possible frequency or resonancy is where you can go to and you can go back to when you want to receive messages and when you want to receive their specific intelligence. So if there's ever a time in your life where you are feeling stuck, where you are feeling unsure of how to move forward, where you are not sure of what is true and what is untrue, you can go back to this particular area of your body and check in. And chances are, they are saying, there's going to be a very high particular frequency or activity or resonancy here. And if you are still enough and you allow yourself to receive that energy, to allow that energy from that part of the body to be received in to the rest of your body, to be integrated, you will receive clarity and you will receive messages. Is this making sense to everyone so far? Now, if you feel that this part of the body, ironically, that has the most amount of energy, they're saying this as well, is numb or it's disconnected, or you're having physical issues in this particular part of the body, right, that are connected to that part of the body, it means that it's been a little while. But for some of us, right, it's been a little while that they're saying that we've checked in and actually allowed that part of our body to speak to us and for us to receive those particular messages. Okay? So imagine that every part of your body, yes, has messages, but for every body in particular, everybody, there's one particular part, and they want us to practice to allow that part to unfold. Okay? That's the first message. Thank you so much, guides and angels. Are there any other messages, guides and angels, that you would like to? They're saying, keep on carrying on. They're saying, whatever it is you're doing, wherever it is you're going, wherever it is you're headed in that direction, okay, whatever it is you feel so strongly aligned, so persistently aligned, so energetically motivated and inspired to go to right now, okay, whether or not other people agree or whether or not you feel other people are aligned with that particular action or that particular direction, they're saying keep on carrying on and don't put so much heed, don't put so much steam on what the opinions or the energies of the other people around you are giving back to you from and through your particular direction. Okay, this is a particularly important message in order to move forward, they're saying. They're saying right now the message or the direction is being made very clear to each of us, particularly if we allow ourselves to listen to that part of the body where the messages lie. However, the only thing that may get in our way at this particular time is the other people around us or the relationships that we're involved in or the relationships around us that may disagree or may put a different energy or may, say or do something that causes you to be hesitant in that particular direction. Or there's a fear that, if you move forward in that direction, you will lose them or you will lose something, right? But the message is that's the challenge right now. The specific challenge is listening to that direction, going full force towards it. If you're wondering whether or not you should be going full force in a particular direction, it's 222 average watch time, by the way, on the OBS screen on my recording, confirmation right there. Then this is a confirmation for you to go. Go to it, keep going, keep pursuing it, and don't look back. Do not look back. For God's sakes, do not look back. That is the worst thing you can do right now. It's almost like what I'm getting an image of is going off of the cliff like this with a hang glider or with a parachute. But then some of us are like just about we're about to step off. It's like we're looking back and we're like unsure, and then the parachute gets all tangled and we're like all going through this chaos because we're like stopping ourselves halfway from doing what we thought we needed to do and what our gut was telling us so strongly to go for. And they're saying that indecisiveness is actually the more dangerous thing. like the more indecisive that you become as you're stepping off the ledge of what you feel strongly you need to do, the more dangerous it actually becomes than actually stepping off the ledge, right? So they're saying whatever it is that you need to do, just do it. Don't hesitate anymore. Don't look back and go for it. Take that leap. And you holding yourself back from doing that is the worst possible thing you can do at this time. Okay. Obviously, they're saying that with love, and they're saying it's the worst in terms of the consequences you would experience from doing that. But obviously, it's your choice. Everyone has free will. There's nothing that's interfering with that. Thank you, guides and angels. Are there any other messages? That was a strong one they wanted to communicate for some reason. Are there any other messages that you would like to communicate here and now? Most importantly, they're saying through this process, and you know, this is one thing I've said before, but through this process, it's important to know and have a healthy idea as to why you must do this. Okay, they're saying the reason why this is important to move in this particular direction is because it represents a particular idea of self-love for you. Moving in this direction, making these changes, moving forward and not looking back or hesitating is important, not because it's important generally, but because it's important to you. And to your soul, it would represent the fact that you care and love yourself so much that you are willing to do these incredible actions. You're willing to take these incredible leaps of faith. And that is the real main reason why that they're asking you, that your soul is asking you to do this, not for anyone else but yourself. And you taking these actions, again, even if there's resistance from other people around you, even if there's energies coming back at you, because you know it's that important for your own soul's gratification or joy or happiness or fulfillment, they're saying that is the reason you must go for it. It's because you doing that will prove that you love yourself enough to take care of yourself, and that will set you up for the next chapter in life. Okay. Jess, hello. How are you? She says, mine is the head. Thank you, Jess, for letting us know. Jess was a former client of mine. Jess, I hope you're doing amazingly well. Thank you for being here, and thank you for commenting. I've seen all your comments. Cosmic Angel Scorpio wants me to ask when COVID will be done. Maybe we can channel an answer for that after the live stream, or maybe it will come up during the live stream. Who knows? But I'm definitely open to channeling that during our Q&A after the live stream. All right, guides and angels, loved ones, masters, and wise ones. Let's get into the weekly True Love and Legacy tarot reading. This is many people's favorite part of the whole live stream, so I'm excited to get into it. We've been experimenting with a few different viewpoints, but for now I've settled on the tarot card plus Brandon speaking in the left-hand corner viewpoint. Because sometimes, to be frank with you guys, sometimes I have hand expressions and I want you guys to see the hand expression. I mean, I want you guys to see the way in which I'm speaking this. It's important. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what's going on. Maybe I just like looking at myself that much. That's probably the real truth. All right, guides and angels, loved ones, masters, wise ones, angels, and archangels. Let's go ahead and get into the weekly True Love and Legacy reading. Loved ones and masters, wise ones, angels, and archangels, please give us guidance on True Love and Legacy. Whatever you'd like this particular collective to know, watching here and now live and also in the future through the power of unconditional love and the power of God, what they need to know for their highest and greatest good and healing at this particular moment and also in the future. Please give us whatever messages you would like to know. They're going to focus on love today, by the way, just so you guys know. Typically, it's either love or legacy, but I immediately got the message that this was going to be focused on love. Your true love situation, your true love counterpart, that particular romance. First card out is the Chariot. This is a message for someone in particular. If you are looking or deciding as to whether or not you want to travel, please go. Take the trip. If this is a particular, if someone out there is debating, this is just a message that's coming through, I promise you. Chariot card, go for it. Do it. If you are debating on whether or not you should travel or need to travel, take the trip. Take the leap. Take the next step. Okay? This is for you in particular. That popped out. And that was a particular message. And you must have courage in order to do this. Strength card. Okay. Don't know who that was for, but there we go. All right. So this is going to be around love specifically. This is around love, true love specifically. True love updates. So first card out, we have the Four of Pentacles. Money is getting in the way, potentially, or money could be getting in the way. I'm going to put this off to the side since this was meant for a particular person. It could be meant for this reading too. Money could be getting in the way of how you look at your love situation or your loving relationships. The first thing I'm seeing here is, are you being a little bit too greedy? Are you being a little bit too caring about the way in which your finances are handled or held or looked at, right? Specifically, or are you a little bit too concerned that you're going to run out of funds or finances, and that concern, that worry, or that fear is getting in the way potentially of you caring about or being more involved in or being more loving in your situation, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single, right? If you're single, it would mean, is money and finances taking heed over your pursuit or openness towards a life partner, a soul counterpart, if that's something you would like? Or if you're in a relationship, are you, or is there an overt concern about finances that is keeping you two from becoming closer? They're saying this is a particular focus that is preventing many people from evolving or growing in the way that they are needing to grow right now, okay, in particular. Someone on TikTok said, what is a situationship? That's a very good question. I don't know. I guess it's a term that modern society has used, but what I used it for is basically saying two people who are not really committed to each other. It's kind of like an open relationship or a fling, but they still really deep down have feelings for each other, but they might just be scared to move closer together. And it's something that, although everything is welcome, everything is free will and free choice, is not often the thing that will facilitate a deep and everlasting, long-term, fulfilling life and relationship. Okay, kind of like a half and half more of thing. Oh, so he said, no, I mean it's like a situationship. There you go. Ace of Wands here, Knight of Swords, Eight of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. There's definitely there's a big jump here, and this jump is going to allow things to move a lot faster. Knight of Swords with the Ace of Wands with the Nine of Swords here. It's almost like someone may be worried that their messages are going to upset the other. Okay, the things that they say, the things that they need to say, the things that they want to say, or the things also that they need to go do are going to cause upset or cause distress or kind of hold the other back in some way, shape, or form. I'm getting the feeling that someone can't really feel like they can be fully themselves or fully in their own skin without the fear of disruption or the fear of causing someone else distress. And this is causing them to feel like they need to make a choice. Two of Swords here, Eight of Wands. In order to move forward, they feel like they need to make a choice as to whether or not it's going to be their own priority of themselves or the other person. Okay, so this is creating a bit of a crossroads situation. The first thing I heard around this is it's that particular choice or that particular crossroads may itself be a bit of an illusion. Okay, it may just be something that the mind, Nine of Swords here, is creating in order to create more drama or more fear or more terror. Because the truth is, right, one of the things that a lot of people, right, find fearful, including myself, is if they are fully actually themselves, okay, around other people, right? If you watching, but listening right now, if you are fully actually yourself without any boundaries, without any limitations, without any changes, are you going to disrupt or scare the other person away? Okay. And what it really manifests as is a lack of trust that you, as you are worthy of being in a true love situation or being with someone who you love very much or who will love you unconditionally. Yes? This makes sense to everyone. So the challenge here is the scariest thing. I'm going to admit that, be the first to admit. It's scary to just be yourself without changing yourself, without limiting yourself, without, modifying some things. But the truth is, the challenge is, this week in particular, can you just fully, actually, without changing yourself whatsoever, be yourself and trust that the other person, if there is another person, or if you're single, the other people around you will still love you just exactly for who you are in this moment as you are without needing to change a thing. This is the particular question to resonate with. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're in a relationship or if you're with other people or friendships, that they're not going to ask for things to be different or for things to be changed if they think it's going to be an improvement to the relationship overall. But my point is, that's okay and that's fair. But are you feeling like you have to change those things, or else they're out, or else they're going to leave, right? It's that particular fear of if I don't change, or if I don't change myself, they won't love me. They won't be here. They will leave me. Does that make sense to everyone? There's a balance there to be found, because yes, on the one hand, if you're in a relationship with someone, or a friendship, or a family relationship, or a work relationship, oftentimes the people are good mirrors for you to reflect and to shift things that are not, fully evolved, or you want to be better in some way, shape, or form. However, that doesn't mean that if you don't change those things, or if you're not ready to change those things, or if you're not ready to grow in that particular area, that they will leave you, because that is not unconditional love. Okay. Now, this is something that I personally have been guilty of, right? Is like making someone feel like at every corner there's an ultimatum, like you have to keep growing, or you have to be this, or you have to do that in order to be around, right? In my past, that's definitely something I felt myself to do, and maybe some of you guys are listening, girls and guys, obviously, have been on the other side of that. Okay, so I want you to know that I understand both sides of the coin. Okay, I understand both sides of the coin. This week in particular, though, I would like to say in this particular message that it is about trusting that you can be exactly as and who you are without changing a thing, and that the people who are meant to stay with you, the people who are meant to be with you by your side in this lifetime, will still love you no matter what. No matter if you don't decide to change, no matter if you don't decide to grow in that moment, no matter if you want to express things in a certain or particular way, if it is true unconditional love, they will still love you. They will still be there for you, and they will be willing to wait for you to change or to grow in a particular way if it's meant to be for the highest good of all in your own time. But there is no rush and there's no pressure. And if there is pressure, then something is off. Okay? This is the message. 3 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and the Magician card. Okay. This week, it really is about feeling very strongly assertive in our independence and our independent stake in our relationships and in our life. Okay. Again, whether you're single or in a relationship, there may be a full-on 9 of Wands to the 10 of Pentacles hesitancy or fear of going all in with someone. Generally, again, whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship, 9 of Wands says you've been hurt in the past. 3 of Swords here, and those hurts, those fears of what happened when you really did go all in the past. Okay, 9 of Wands says I've already been through it. I'm seeing what has happened in the past, and I'm scared it's going to happen again here and now. And this person here is looking at this 10 of Pentacles going, yeah, this is great. This 10 of Pentacles, this life of living with someone, building a business with them, being by their side, supporting them while they support me, and building an empire together in a way that brings wealth and abundance. That's all great. But what if I lose myself within that? What if I don't become as successful as I've always wanted to be? What if I get my heart broken halfway through and I have to start all over again, right? These are the fears or concerns coming up that are from the past, that are specifically coming up and will be coming up strongly this week. And those particular fears are what keeps all of us, Ace of Wands, from our greatest, most exciting energy and passion to actually move forward, to actually do things that excite us, to actually do things that fulfill us and give us energy. So the message here is, if you have been experiencing a little bit of a block in your own self-motivation, your own passion, and your own inspirational energy to get yourself moving again, likely it has to do with fears from the past about you doing that exact same thing in or in conjunction with a partnership and having it all go to shit. Okay. So if you want to regain that part of yourself back that is naturally inspired and motivated to get things done, to make things happen, and to be inspired to really find fulfillment, the first step is to unwind, to examine, okay, inside of your body, Unwind and examine those areas of your life where you have been hurt, when you have really actually tried very hard to go all in to build a life or build a business or build a vision, really is what they're saying, a vision with and alongside someone else. Okay, so this week, Magician card with the Nine of Pentacles. Before we can get to the Ten of Pentacles, by the way, because it's not exactly Ten of Pentacles time, okay? Let me just be honest. Right now, it's not like the Ten of Pentacles, which Ten of Pentacles is, like, what it means specifically in the tarot card, okay, energetically speaking, the time where everything is ready and ripe to build a full-on life and a full-on empire with and alongside someone else who has partnered up with you in all areas of love and in life, right? They're a life soul counterpart partner. That is where it's going. That is where this collective, this situation, this love situation is going. Okay, if you're involved in one, or if you're single and you're resonating with this and you want that, likely, maybe, hopefully, that's what you want. And it doesn't have to be, but that's the messages I'm getting. Okay, that's what you would ideally want to create with someone. And let us know in the chat if you are single and you're looking, if this is what you do want or you want something else. Okay, let us know in the chat. I'm curious, genuinely. Before we can get to that, though, the guides are specifying it is about finding our own individuated empowerment, drive, motivation, and inspiration. It is not about seeking into the other in order to, reignite something, or seeking elsewhere outside of yourself in order to reignite something within. It's about seeking inside of yourself and finding your own motivation inside, the things that motivate and inspire you to reignite that passion, reignite that individuality, reignite that sense of yourself. Even if you are in a partnership currently, or you're in a situationship or something like that, first start with your own self, and then the Ten of Pentacles here can start, right? This lifetime partnership can start to take form, but the foundation must be built first, and the foundation starts with each of their selves coming together. Okay. Five of Wands, Eight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. We're going to wait on the last card here. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. It's very good. Part of this Five of Wands, you're welcome, crystals. Five of Wands with the Eight of Cups. Part of this is the reason, if there has been a lot of conflict in your life with your friendships, your family, your relationships, your intimate relationship, if you're in one, if you're dealing with someone else, part of the reason there's been so much conflict is because there is a fear existent, as we just said, that the past will repeat itself and that someone will be left out to the wayside, heartbroken, without anything they can call to their name, right? That is what I'm getting for a lot of us watching happened in the last era, that two people attempted to build something together. It didn't quite work out. One person was left by the wayside with nothing to call to their name, left deeply stricken with this traumatic incident that has scarred them to this day, that still allows them to feel hesitancy when it comes to trying this again. Okay. So if there has been conflict coming up in your relationships, it is because of this particular fear. It is because of this particular incident and this particular trauma. Five of Wands caused by the Three of Swords and the Ace of Wands. This conflict is a symbolic representation of the deep wounds and pain that was left, that is also at the same time blocking your greatest passion, your greatest sense of sexuality and sensuality, that spark that brings people together, okay? And all the things that you maybe in the past have relied on to be self-motivated, okay? So if there's lots of conflict here, it is a sign that these particular wounds are coming up to the surface to be looked at. Specifically, what happened in the past regarding you genuinely thinking from whatever past situation or relationship you were in that you could build a life by their side with them. And you were all in, and then it didn't work out. And now the opportunity has popped up again, and now that fear is popping up again. 8 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles, it makes you want to leave. Here's the thing. This conflict, 5 of Wands, caused by these deep traumatized wounds inside of the soul, that is also blocking the passion, the sexuality, the spark from people coming together and being in residency, makes you feel like you want to leave. Makes you feel like it's not worth it. Makes you feel like it's not correct. 7 of Pentacles here with the 8 of Cups. The feeling is there's something wrong. Something's not right. Why am I feeling like this? I'm not supposed to be feeling like this. And so, Queen of Swords here, it leads to shutting down our hearts. It leads to shutting down our hearts, going into our mind and saying, nope, no more, not again, I'm not doing it, something's wrong, we're fighting too much, it's too painful, it's too much, it's too much, it's too much. I gotta walk away, 8 of Cups. And I gotta find something different. But the thing is, before you do that, the message is here and now, before you do that, just know that those wounds that are coming up now to the surface, 3 of Swords, that are blocking your passion and motivation, Ace of Wands, that are causing conflict with you and your loved ones, intimate relationships, friendships, or family, those wounds are going to follow you wherever you go. They follow us wherever we go. Me too. I'm not immune to it. So if you do choose to leave, if you do choose to walk away because something doesn't feel right, it's not because of the particular situation you're in. Yes, it could be, of course. But likely due to this reading and what I'm feeling in the collective energies, it's not due to the particular situation you find yourself in. It's because of the particular wounds, fears, and traumas that have happened in your past that are causing specific symptoms right now you're experiencing currently in your relationships that are causing you to feel like you don't want to deal with it too much, and it's not correct. But the thing is, it is correct, and it will continue to pop up with whoever you get with, whoever you go to, and whatever relationships you go into. Okay? So the best thing we can do is deal with these wounds and deal with these fears here and now, wherever you are and whatever situation you're in. And if you want, you can follow along as we go through this process. Clearly, the masters and guides are wanting to interact with us a lot more. So I'm bringing these exercises in. Again, these are all channeled exercises. Feel free to do them if you'd like. You don't have to, though. Repeat after me, if you would like, through the power of unconditional love. Repeat after me if you'd like. Through the power of unconditional love and light. Through the power of unconditional love and light, I choose to release here and now from the depths of my soul any fear-based beliefs that have been materialized or showing up because of past traumas, hurts, or wounds that have happened in my life that are affecting me here and now. I choose to release all of this through the name of in the name of unconditional love, in the name of Jesus Christ, and in the name of God. I release it here and now through the power of unconditional love. Okay? Everyone watching, if you choose to accept this, if you choose to accept this gift, masters and guides, angels and archangels, please help me release through the power of unconditional love for and on behalf of the collective any fears, traumas, beliefs, worries, anxieties, or wounds that have been left from the past, to allow them all who are watching here now, live and in the future, to see clearly in their situation through the power of unconditional love and to make the best possible choices here and now. And so it is, and so it shall be. Now, if you choose to accept that in, you can say yes. You can say yes. You can open yourself. The guides and angels are out. They're going, right? You can choose to accept this power in to see clearly. The gift here that they're telling me that they can share with you here and now through that particular prayer, through that particular spell, is to allow you to see clearly. They're going to open your eyes here and now. If you've been confused, if you've been teetering back and forth, if your situation is reminding you a lot about what's happened in the past, if you say yes, they're going to show you clearly what that was and how it may be different from the current situation you're in, or if it is indeed the same, they'll confirm that too. So you don't need to worry. They're going to show you the truth either way. Okay? Good. So you don't need to reside in the Queen of Swords anymore. You can, if you choose to, again, you're going to have to open your heart to receive this, right? So if you allow it, if you trust it, if you feel good with it, if you resonate with it, open your heart to receive this specifically, and they will show you the way. They are giving me instructions to tell you guys it relies in your heart. They're going to send you a message in your heart. Now and for the rest of the day, look for the message in your heart that will clarify your path as to what is true, what is untrue, where to go, and what to do. Okay? The Hierophant is here with the Queen of Swords. Okay? So funny that we waited. Funny that we waited until the Hierophant came out. Okay? Because this is in particular seeing some sort of guide. Okay? If you are feminine, then more of a masculine guide to help see you through, or listening to some sort of external guidance from a source that you trust in order to help you see objectively from afar. Okay. There's no coincidence, I think, and this is not just a shameless promotion or shameless plug, but I have been really called to get back into the weekly tarot readings, right? And part of the reason is not just because we make money from it, because I do make money and it's how I live, quite frankly. When you guys buy an extended reading or when you guys purchase a reading from me, you are helping me and Paola to live here in this home. I can only live because of you guys, and that's how I share my gifts. Now, I've been called to release those more because Spirit has told me if you are as genuinely honest and open about why you're doing this and what gifts you can share, it's not just about love. You guys can see it's about life too, and how to look at things in the best of ways. It's going to help a lot of people see things in a new light. That's going to help them make new decisions. And I'm getting a tingling here. I know it's confirmation here. They're saying yes. So if you are confused, allow in. The Hierophant here is sending a message, sharing a message with you, wants to share a message. Find some objective source, whether it's this channel or the Astrology Weekly reading or some other source. It doesn't have to be me, to help you see things in a different light and to open your heart and soul to this particular message. Okay. All right, final three cards. We have the Death card, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Wands. It is time to let go. Like if you have been feeling like basically we're saying no to the illusion, and we're getting clear. Like there's a particular illusion that's been lingering around for a long time. I'm getting Seven of Cups here with the Death card. That is now coming to a close. For some of us, this illusion held within it very important karmically bound lessons that has been keeping us in a certain energetic state of limitation for a long time now. With this incantation that came through in this live stream, and also with your intention to see things more clearly, okay? Because that's what it's about this week in particular. They're saying you're going into your body to ask your body for particular messages like we did in the beginning of the live stream in order to see things clearly, and to say no more to the illusion that has been posing as a reality in your life that has been keeping you stuck in a certain type of way. Okay, Six of Wands here as well. Now, this card right here tells me that after you overcome whatever illusion it is, like this is a deeply seated illusion, by the way. It's an illusion that has been, and let whatever it is come up. If something's been coming up over and over and over with you, showing itself to you, repeating the same pattern. Maybe it comes up with your partnership or with a friendship or with a family member, but a certain pattern that other people have been telling you or informing you about. And it's you perceiving it in a certain light that maybe has roots coming from the past or past things that have happened that have scarred you, that cause you to see things in a very different way. This particular deep-seated illusion is coming to an end this week if you choose it to. And this particular illusion ending about the way in which we see things, the way in which we are perceiving things, is going to allow us to feel on top of ourselves again, on top of the world, and seeing things in a way that is much more empowering than we've ever felt in a long time. Six of Wands here. It's like we've achieved victory over our own deep-seated traumatic and traumatized psyche and subconscious. And this is a big victory. what I'm getting is this is victory week over our subconscious. It's like we're going down literally into the depths of our own mind, body, and soul this week, coming into there, facing these fears head on, and coming back up victorious. And once we're victorious, it allows us to feel much more empowered in a way that's we haven't felt it before. Okay. Last few messages here as we start to wrap up this particular reading. 5 of Pentacles. Remember that nothing can happen to you. This is a strong message for a lot of us listening. Nothing can happen to you. Nothing bad can happen to you. Okay. No consequence, no perceived consequence, whether that's being left out in the cold, not having enough money, not being loved enough, having to start over, having to leave relationships that you really value in your life, not being without a job, something like that. No perceived consequence that has with it an element of intense fear can actually ever harm you if you are truly following what your gut and what your body and what your soul is telling you to do. And what I mean by this is just how fear itself, the emotion of fear, the energy of fear, the energy of limitation or restriction is simply an illusion, just as dark entities or the dark energy or dark energies generally feed upon the elements of fear to keep us restricted or in illusion or stuck in a certain way. And just as the moment we bring our presence to these energies, our presence to these entities that may be surrounding us sometimes, they disappear, they dissipate, they go away because nothing can stand before the truth of light and of God. That is the same thing that whatever particular fear that you might have that might be coming up this week, about being left behind, about not being loved, about not being lovable enough, about starving out in the cold, that particular fear is only an illusion that if you do the thing that you were meant to do this particular week, that fear can never actually harm you. Even if that fear comes true, it can never harm you because it's always a part of God's plan. And God always has a plan for you. There is always, and take it from me, and I will share an example in a second, a plan for you if you are willing to take those steps and those leaps of faith that He is asking from you. And I know this not just because I'm saying it or because I'm channeling it. This is coming from me as a human being and my own personal experience. Because when I left my job in 2017, making a great salary, everything was fine, but I didn't feel right. And God at that time was asking me to leave repeatedly and through different red flags and signs. And I had a couple $1,000s in my bank account and I left my job with no possible plan. He guided me through the next few months without knowing what the hell was going to happen, not even having enough money to pay rent for the first month and a half, let alone buy food or pay for a car, until I was fully set back on my feet. And He guided me every step of the way, but I had to trust. I had to trust in every single day, every single moment that my intuition, my gut, my soul would guide me in the correct way. And the reason I'm telling you guys this story is because many of us are being asked to do the exact same thing right now. And it's absolutely terrifying, but I promise you, from human to human, from person to person, regular person to regular person, if you trust in the messages and the guidance that you are being given, and you trust in that next step to be taken moment by moment, day by day, not from your mind, but from your gut and your soul, you will always be provided for. You will always be taken care of. It's only a matter of having that faith and that awareness that God has a plan for you and you are following it. And if you do that, He will provide you everything you could ever wanted. All right, that is the True Love and Life Legacy Tarot reading. Let's take a few minutes here, do some breathing, check back in with the chat and see how everyone's doing. How's everyone doing out there? Are you guys resonating with these messages? Are you finding them helpful? Are they way out there? You're like, Brandon, what the heck are you even talking about over here? Talking about God and higher beings and Archangel Michael. What is going on? Who are you? All right. Good. It sounds like you guys are doing well. And again, I appreciate you being here. We have a good amount of people watching. We got about 65 people on TikTok. We got almost 50 people here on YouTube Live. So we're building things back up. As a quick shameless plug, we do have our weekly tarot readings coming back up on YouTube, True Love and Lives with Brandon Tobias. So if you want to check out your weekly astrology sign reading, you can definitely check that out on a weekly basis. There's also extended readings now available. If you guys want to go and look at the other party's perspective for your particular astrology sign, you can watch that as well. And of course, I have personal readings and personal live one-on-one sessions all available on my website, brandontobias.com. So if you do decide you are in need of guidance, I truly appreciate it. It helps support me, the channel, my relationship with Paola, and this lovely home that we're working in. So thank you guys so much again. Okay. By the way, I think it's the full moon tomorrow, specifically. Paola just told me that today. I was like, oh, we felt it last night. It was crazy strong. And when we were trying to sleep, that's a whole nother story I'll get into some other time. A lot of stuff happened. I won't get into right now, but it was very strong, and the energies are really intense right now. And I would definitely say it's a time to tap more into that psychic or emotional resonance to be able to perceive higher messages and higher ways of being through the third eye and crown specifically. Michelle asked, do you do free readings or paid readings? I do both. So sometimes in the past I would go on Twitch and I would do free readings just on TikTok and on Twitch, and you guys could get your questions answered. I might actually bring those back pretty soon here. That was one suggestion I had from Paola as well. And I think it'd be a good way to kind of do some promotion and also give some free guidance for people out there. But I also do paid readings. You can find those on my website, brandontobias.com. Okay. Wind of Change 45, are you getting the energy I'm sending to you? I'm not sure, but I feel good. So hopefully it's a good energy. If it is, I'm feeling very calm, very nurtured, very excited as well, and very clear. So thank you for any energy you're sending forth. For anyone that's sending bad juju, I'm not getting any of that, but I have taken, Archangel Michael has taken the space over to protect, so it won't be getting through, unfortunately or fortunately. But thank you. I do receive it. Does Paula have the same gift as you? Yes, she has the same, and if not, even more powerful gifts. We work in different ways. Like I hear more messages and I can speak them out and translate the messages. I think she's more of an actual psychic medium, so she can actually see and perceive beings a lot better and a lot more clearly than I can. Whereas I can generally sense if there's entities or presences or energies and clear them out with spoken incantations. She can generally alert me to those better than I can perceive them. So we're still figuring out how our powers work hand in hand. It's definitely a, deep soul, divine counterpart. If you want to call it a twin flame situation, absolutely. Our powers come together and are very complementary in the perfect ways. But it's also very crazy because you have two highly attuned, very sensitive spiritual people coming together who are opposites in many ways, but also symmetrical and complementary in many ways. And it's just a big ass crazy portal of things happening really fast. So it's awesome. And it is everything I've ever wanted. And it's also, I realized, I told her today, everything that I was channeling for the whole past year and a half about what it was all coming to. I was like, oh, it was all for you. Like, that's great. We actually met off TikTok, funny enough. So the recommendation, get off Tinder, guys, and get on TikTok if you want to find the love of your life. Will you be doing any live meditations again? Yes, absolutely. Probably Paul and myself. We were just talking about when we're going to get back on and do some stuff. And we're going to be doing it soon and tell our story and stuff like that. But, we've been settling in and kind of just like getting things ready to be able to even do stuff like this, right? It's been a crazy 4 months. So anyways, Emmanuel says, that's why you couldn't sleep. Yeah, that's actually why. It's pretty funny. Do you have any telepathic convos? I remember I'd literally think things in my family and my family said them. Yeah, well, all the time. We're always speaking out each other's thoughts and speaking out each other's words. Sometimes too much to where it's like, just, we got to let the other speak sometimes. I'm very guilty of interrupting her a lot of the times. Lady Lux, you can work together if you so choose. May you both be protected and cloaked by God. Thank you so much, Lady Lux. We appreciate that and we receive that. All right, let's go into the astrology. Yeah, that's what's next, right? Yeah, true love, and then we go into the astrology. Something told me the astrology was going to be very important today. So let's go into that. And it makes sense since today is the full moon. And there we go. All right, so as per usual, we are going to be going into the next week of astrology. For those of you guys on TikTok, we have the astrology charts live. Oh, my camera just moved. We have the astrology charts live on the screen, so you can actually see as I'm talking about these placements collectively what's going on YouTube. If you want to go check that out, it's True Love and Lives with Brandon Tobias on YouTube. If not, I'll still be speaking everything out, so there's no need to change anything. Let me just make sure my camera is okay. All right, looks good. Okay. So as we can see here, let me just get the exact time here of the full moon. Unless it already passed. Let me just check here because I wasn't sure what time. Okay. Today's the 17th, right? No, today's the 16th. Okay. So the full moon is officially tomorrow. Full moon in Cancer, by the way. So in terms of full moon power, one of the most powerful, energetically speaking, full moons that can be possibly out there. Full moon in Cancer. Okay. Full moon in Cancer opposing Pluto with the sun, conjunct with Juno. Yeah, there's going to be some very intense energetic crossroads that come up in relationships and in love specifically, possibly even relating to marriages and long-term partnerships. Okay. There's this feeling again of being at a major point in the road where one choice leads to everlasting love and life destiny and an everlasting committed partnership for life, really for life. And the other end leads to canceling that, leads to a different decision and leads to walking away for good. But I do see, and it does really very much feel like, we've hit the end of the road in terms of living out a particular illusion that was traumatizing or terrorizing us before, or causing or creating a lot of havoc and chaos, and making a decision that's going to change in a positive way for the rest of our life. Okay, that is this week, and particularly, I do feel that that's going to happen this week, set up by this full moon. Okay, so not necessarily on or by the full moon, although it could be. I'm sensing more later on into the week. Okay. Mercury is also here conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. Okay. So it's almost like collectively speaking, the focus may be on our relationships right now. Even though there's a lot of things coming to light that we are learning logically, that also really about our political system, around our political system, around our society, is coming more so into our awareness, more so now than ever before. Mercury conjunct Saturn at this particular full moon, square Uranus, okay? At the same time, these learnings or these knowings or this awareness that we're coming into can and probably will be very disruptive or cause a lot of disruption on the planet itself. Uranus here in Taurus, and through and because of nature and natural ways. Waves, and ways, okay? So even though the primary focus is on sorting out our intimate and close relationships, okay, both in love and in life, friendship, family, all those types of things, and that's going to be the focal point, it's almost like once this decision is made, once this crossroads is chosen, once this foundation is set for life about where you're going, who you're deciding to be, who you're deciding to be with, things can be focused more so on the implications of what's happening within society. And what I feel intuitively called to share through this astrology, but also through this channeled guidance, is how all of our collective attentions are now going to start to turn more so to what's happening in society. It's almost like things may have taken a little bit of a dip in the past because we were so focused on our career or our relationship or moving or something that needed to shift, right? That it kind of took the place up or took the space up from us to be able to really focus and be aware of what's actually happening in the world. But now that this decision, this crossroads, this full moon represents is being made, all of our collective awareness is going to be put on that. And that is what's going to cause a lot of disruption. It's not necessarily the things that are happening now that is going to cause the disruption. It's actually the people's awareness of why these things happen that is going to be causing the most disruption on Earth. So it's the people's movement, it's the people's awareness, it's the people's disruption of why things happened in that way, right? It's almost like information is going to be coming up in major karmically implicated ways that is going to cause a lot of change and unrest, all right? So this full moon represents a big shift away from the focal point being on our intimate or personal relationships and making a big decision that's going to allow for the foundation of our lives to be set in stone, is what I'm hearing, very much set in stone, so that we can all start to pay more attention and focus on making the changes for the earth and the structures, the way in which our society operates for good. Okay, so this is where the energy is going. Okay, North Node conjunct Ceres still. Making a trine over to Juno and Pluto here, as well as the Sun. Remember, Ceres, the asteroid, is the asteroid that represents fruitfulness specifically, meaning abundance when it comes to the harvest, abundance when it comes to Mother Earth nurturing and taking care of and supplying the food and raw materials and resources that we all need to be provided for. Okay, so this is why I say with Uranus here in Taurus, which is an earth sign, right? The most earthy sign that there is, debatably. Ceres conjunct the North Node, all in Taurus here, trining the Sun, Pluto, and Juno. There's going to be a lot of change and implications coming that would result in us looking at the sustainability of how we are treating our earth and making shift, or there's going to be, a lot of awareness happening for our future steps in society and in destiny because of the way or the symptoms of which our earth is giving us to make changes. This is what they're saying. They're saying the main way will be alerted to the fact that there needs to be changes, that there's things being kept from us, that there's secrets being held, that there's ways in which things are being run. That's going to be told to us through the symptoms that Mother Earth gives to us that signifies there needs to be a shift that wakes people up enough to make an actual change. Okay, so this is what this full moon is indicating is, okay, we've set the foundation for our personal lives and our relationships. We've done the things we've needed to do. Now that we're set and we've got a track for life, finally set in stone, something for the long term of where we want to go, who we want to be, who we really are, who we're stepping into. Now we can pay attention, and just around that time, that's when the earth will start really giving us the signs, and then we're going to have to make changes. Okay? So that was a lot, but that was a channel info for this full moon. We're going to be going until at least the 24th, okay? 24th, 23rd, somewhere around there, to see what's going on here. So the next day, so January 18th, this is, that was Monday. This is the 18th, Tuesday. The moon here hits a trine with Chiron in Aries. Okay. One thing that I'm getting intuitively is that the masculine energy in particular is going through a pretty intense, like this, the focus or the focal point of healing is actually going to be on the masculine energy this week. This week in particular, they're saying the masculine energy is going to be going through the biggest transformation, one of the biggest at least of his lifetime. Something about him being able to finally see things as they are, not as they were and not as they should be, but as they are, seeing things for what they really are, and making decisions based on how things really are. This is the main healing that the masculine will be making. And through that decision point, that's really where it lies. These changes, these determining things for life, all these things, this is really in the masculine's hands. It's up to him to make the decision in order to set something in stone that will change or implicate him and his potential partnership for the rest of his life. And that will be happening this week in a big way. But it's through seeing things as they are. And once he can see things as they are, and his head is no longer clouded, he, talking about the masculine energy, can make the best decisions that will again implicate them or himself for life. Okay. And also the feminine energy helps him to see things as they are. That's another thing. Okay, moon goes into a sextile with the Lilith energy here in Gemini and makes a trine with Mars here. So there we go. So on the 18th and 19th, we have the moon trining Chiron in Aries, which is a masculine sign, masculine energy. And then the moon trining Mars here in Sagittarius, all masculine energy. So they channeled that the masculine will be going through, but I see now why, the planetary alignments here. So it's a bit of a realignment for that masculine energy this week. So feminines, if you're wondering about a particular healing for your masculine or what they're going through or why they may be going through some deep stuff that they're not talking so much about, or they're kind of keeping to themselves a little bit, it's because they're going through an epic realignment. It's 3:33 MST right now as I'm speaking. So another angelic number and sign for me here as I'm in confirmation as I'm saying that. Okay, so masculine, energetic, transformation and healing, seeing things as they are, allowing him to make decisions as they need to be for the greatest good of himself and for the partnership involved in order to implicate them in a positive way for life. All right, good. All right, 20th. Now we have the moon. The moon is making major, incredible aspects this week in a significant way. I'm just following the moon here. The moon in Virgo. That's Virgo, right? Yeah, Virgo. Opposing Jupiter in Pisces here. Okay. Because everything else, most things are pretty stable here from what I can see. Got Ceres in a sextile with the Earth here. This is a good energy, January 20th, 2022, for opposites aligning and opposite energies seeing as they need to see in order to learn how to align themselves in the best of ways to help each of them succeed and see further than they can see on their own. January 20th, there's going to be a great realignment between masculine and feminine energies in partnerships, with your single, within your relationships, or your friendships. There's going to be a dedicated operation or a dedicated action through which the potential is to see things in a way that is further beyond what one could see on their own with an opposing energy, with the opposite energy here. They're calling it the great realignment is happening this week. So a couple things, right, to sum things up. The masculine energy going through a shift to see things as they really are. the Mother Earth and the feminine creating and allowing more symptoms that would allow people, wow, average watch time 555, angel numbers all over the place. That's change, by the way, big change. The feminine energy, or the earth itself, really creating or showing off the symptoms needed to alert people, society, or the masculine energy that there needs to be a change. The masculine energy making decisions that, after seeing things clearly, that would implicate a partnership or his own life for the rest of his life, setting things in stone, and then collectively putting more attention and awareness on what we all need to do or change as a world and as a society here. So it is a big week. It's a very big week when coming up here through the astrology, and each of us here are going to be going through our own journey in response to that. But we each are going to have our own responsibilities within that is going to help the collective. So if you want to be part of that, if you want to engage with that, all you have to do is say yes, and just say, I'm willing to go through these challenges and these changes in order to help the world, in order to help the collective. But know this week, when it starts happening, that you're not just helping it for yourself, or you're not just going through these things for yourself. You're going through these things on behalf of the world, on behalf of the collective, to help put in your part. Okay? So very important to remember that. We've also got the sun actually entering into Aquarius at the same time. So, right, we're wondering where all these channeled messages around the world is changing and society and seeing things in a new light and making changes. This is all Aquarius energy. So it's no coincidence on January 20th, okay, the great realignment occurring with the moon opposing Jupiter in Pisces, with the sun entering into Aquarius. So this new chapter, new age, new way of thinking and seeing things is happening. And it's going to start to go up like this, meaning that if anyone's been feeling stifled or feeling like we've just been taking a lot of BS from the way things are run or society or the people in control, things are going to start to change. The people are going to start to rise once again and to start to take more of their power because of their awareness. There's a rising awareness happening. There's a train of awareness. So if you have things you want to speak about or express, now is the time. This is a sign for you if you've been wondering if there's things you want or need to express to the collective, for the collective, about things people need to be aware about, whether you're qualified or not, but things you feel deeply in your heart, whether you have the credentials or not. Now is the time, okay? So we recommend start speaking your truth, start expressing, always. Okay. Now the moon is opposing Neptune here. I want to say one note about this, okay? Because this is, I don't know why, it's something that's coming up energetically speaking. I want to kind of address it because I think there's a fear, there's a collective fear that's come up. And tell me if you guys have recognized this or if you guys feel this in your own heart and mind. But there may be a fear that if I speak up, right, speaking about on behalf of all of us collectively, if I speak up, one, it's not going to be believed, or two, I'm speaking and I'm not a scientist, or I'm not a doctor, or I'm not a credentialed, certified person, so I'm just putting out misinformation and I want to let the scientists or the doctors handle it. And to a certain degree, I would agree, right? There's doctors and people who have studied for years and years and years for a reason, and that's why we listen to and respect them. However, at the same time, the law of how free speech and freedom works is if you have truth, if you are communicating in a way that resonates, that hits others in a way that helps them to feel that it is aligned with an element of truth that needs to be heard for whatever reason collectively within society, it will gain traction. It will gain notoriety on its own track, okay? So if we allow and respect for the law of freedom and the freedom of expression to allow to go out, right? We can allow different ways of thinking and perceptions and ideas that are really necessary to be heard and understood to shine. Because naturally we can trust that it will gain the traction necessary through the resonancy of truth that it hits people with all on its own without any bit of limitation, restriction, or censorship, whether within our own selves or within society. So this is something I just wanted to share with everyone, okay, as my opinion. That was more of my opinion, I feel. It could have been a little channeled, but it was more of my opinion, I feel. It was not so much a necessary channeled message. But more so than that, if you are speaking truth, it will always be heard by the right people. It will always be heard by the right amount of people too. And it's just you expressing that truth that needs to happen, and to allow for the rest to be taken by God and by the universe. And so if you have a message you've been holding in, that is what is being called forth. And that is what is being recommended. 144 as I say that, by the way. Okay. Thank you guys for allowing me to share that message. All right, so we have January 21st. Now let's go to January 22nd, 2022. Holy cow. What a day. Okay. Wow. What a day indeed. So on January 22nd, 2022, the moon moves into Libra. On that day, it's at 0 degrees Libra. At this particular sign, it's making a trine to Mercury, conjunct the Sun, conjunct Pluto, conjunct Juno, and a sextile to the Earth, and a trine to Ceres in the North Node here. Okay. Wow, grand trine. There's a grand trine. There we go. So the moon on January 22nd, this could not be more beautiful. January 22nd makes a grand trine in the house of Libra to Ceres, North Node, Sun, Pluto, Juno. Absolutely beautiful alignment. This is a portal of all portals. I'm telling you, this is a portal of all portals right here. Calling it out right now. When it comes to manifestation and receiving the relationship, the love, and also the abundance that you've been looking for, this is the day to ask for it. This is the day to look for it. This is the day to also receive it. To see a vision. What I'm getting here is on this day, you will receive a vision of what is to come that is in your highest good if you continue following the footsteps you are going on. Okay. You will only receive this vision, though, if you are indeed actively choosing to follow these footsteps and if you allow yourself to receive it. If you do, and if you are open to receiving these messages on the 22nd here, you will see a vision of what's to come that is for the highest good of your life, your greatest potential destiny that is to come in highest alignment with yours and everyone else's. This is the day to ask for it. This is the day to make shifts if you want to make shifts. And this is the day to receive what your future can hold for you. It's an amazing day. Be sure to mark this down in the calendars. It's one that does not come around very often. Okay, January 22nd, 2022. Quite a portal on a grand it's a grand trine. Literally in astrology, this triangle here, grand trine energy. Okay. All right, and then 23rd and 24th here in the next day. Moon in Libra, trine Saturn, and then making another trine too. So yeah, this is the starting point. January 23rd and 24th, I feel here. There we go. Now we get back into squares. So it's going to lead up in an amazing way to the 22nd. That just, it's like everything starts to flow. Everything starts to happen. We all start to receive and know what we're here to do. We get these visions. We get these knowings. We're making these decisions that are setting us up for our entire life, grounding us in the actual reality of our situations and setting a foundation in stone. And then the 22nd happens, boom, we're shown, we know, we can see what we've asked for can come true. What that would be, what that would look like. We are shown a potential glimpse into the future through this portal. We can ask for anything to be shifted or different if we want to do that, but it's going to show us what is coming based on our current actions if we are open to receiving that. Then, boom, 23rd, 24th, we go back into some squares. Okay, the work begins and a whole new way of working, specifically the word is a whole new way of working begins because we're going to be receiving a brand new alignment with our souls, ourselves, and our life paths. Okay, and from there on out, it's balls to the wall, excuse my French, excuse my language, balls to the wall, going all the way for it, going all in, and working for it. And of course, next week we'll have more detail on what that entails as well. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the astrology there, here and now. It's obviously been a great live stream. And before we start to close out here, guys, I just want to check in with the chat. Just say hi once again. Thank you guys so much for being here. I want to ask if you guys have any questions that you want answered. Here's our time for some Q&A. I'm going to take a sip of coffee here and just see if you guys have questions. Now, I'm not so much doing personal readings unless there's a specific guidance that comes through about a personal questions that I need to share. I will, of course, always share that, but I'm open to more general questions about your situation, your relationship, personal questions from me. This is your chance to get your questions answered. So if you want to ask them on TikTok, go ahead. If you want to ask them on YouTube, go ahead. I am open, and we'll spend just a little bit of time doing this just because I like to leave it, give everyone an opportunity to get the questions answered too. Jan J. Ree, January 22nd, my daughter's birthday, a portal to manifesting love and abundance you're looking for. If you continue to follow the footsteps you are going on, if you are opened, you will see a vision for your good. Thank you, Jan J. Ree. I couldn't agree more, and happy birthday to your daughter. That's awesome. Angela says, the majority of messages tonight resonates. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. I'm glad it resonates. Heather says, Taylor, let go of that fear. You're more valuable than you know. You will feel it in your soul when you're ready to share your gift. Now is always the time talking to the divine. I love this collective. Thank you guys for being. One thing I love about you guys, this collective, you guys are all so supportive of each other. You guys are always bringing each other up. Someone's putting fear out there, or just they're saying their true feelings, right? Nothing wrong with putting fear out there. They're saying how they feel. People bringing each other up. So thank you guys, and I would ask that you continue to bring that energy into these spaces. I truly, seriously do ask that. And as you guys know, if there's any not so good energy, we typically deal with it directly, or we kick them out, or we talk to them, or something like that. So thank you guys for doing that for Taylor here. Misty says, your readings are always so comforting. Thank you for sharing your gift with us. I have to tell you, I can feel my twin flame is coming back soon. That's awesome, Misty. Congratulations. I'm telling you, this week is the week where we're going to know for sure. And if you're dealing with someone, right, they're going to know or tell you either way for sure. Okay. This week is the week where it's all being set in stone for a lifetime, the foundation of what we need for the rest of our life. Okay. Amy says, this is the best live yet. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you so much. By the way, shameless plug again, if you guys haven't done it already, I would really, truly appreciate it. Leaving a like on the live stream video on YouTube. True Love and Legacy Tarot, are you all in? Can you leave a like on this video? Helps the algorithm, helps the video be seen by those who need to see it. If you want, be sure to subscribe as well to the channel so you get notified every time a video comes out, and you can be in touch with the Soul family. And you can also hit that bell button to get notified when we do go live so you never miss one again. Okay. Angela says, my daughter's birthday too. Wow, you guys have some lucky daughters, because January 22nd is quite a portal. 2022. Big day for them too, I'm sure. Nikki says, I've been speaking up ever since the pandemic started. The pandemic, I think she says. Awesome. Same here. Empress 1111 says, my heart chakra has felt closed lately. How can I open it? Empress at 1111, this is not an uncommon occurrence, right? Specifically with the feminine, as we saw in the reading, this Queen of Swords energy is here. It's a go-to reaction of sorts to close down the heart and deal with things from the mind. And right now it's been hard to see the source of why. It's been confusing, almost like there's an illusion or pattern that keeps popping up that we can't tune into. But one thing I would say, also in accordance with the reading, is that there might be some thought or some feeling driving this fear that keeps popping up in specifically the heart chakra. And it might be related to something you've tried or wanted to try with someone in the past, or something that didn't work out from your past that has led you to feel more abandoned or hurt or demoralized than ever before, that wants and still needs to be released here and now so that you can see things more clearly and make the decisions that you need to for your life. This is what I would say. That was somewhat channeled for you, Empress 1111. But generally speaking, if other feminines or other people are going through heart situations, right now it's a result of specific hopes and or dreams or aspirations that you really were genuinely wanting to go into and to go after that really didn't work out, that have left a scar and that have left you as a default mechanism going into a way of closing the heart down, not going all in, or making up some reason for not wanting to go all in because of not wanting to face that hurt. These are all the actions of the subconscious mind to keep us protected so we don't go into that hurt again. And that's what I would advise you look at here, Empress 1111. Okay. This twin flame journey has been hard. Yeah, it is definitely a hard thing. And I would see what those messages, right? Specifically, if your heart was the area where those messages lied, see what your heart has to tell you. If you can speak out what your heart wants to share with you, there might be some messages for you to receive. Mindset Mac, how's it going? This guy I was seeing finally came out to his mom this weekend. I think he may be emotionally available now. That's awesome. Congratulations. I'm sure that was a big shift for him, and I'm sure that's going to change everything about his life. So congratulations on that. That's very big. How do you not feel so much of the other's feelings? I'm assuming you're talking about a significant other or a partnership or a divine soul counterpart or something like that. That's a really good question, because this happens all the time. There's always kind of mixing of emotions, mixing of feelings, and kind of a intermingling of energies happening constantly, not just with you and a counterpart or another person who you feel you're connected to, but also with your environment. Okay. And one thing to do is that I've personally practiced is when you become present with your own body specifically, and if you close your eyes and you just take a second as the masters guided us through today and become still and allow the messages to come up, you can become present as to what those emotions are and where they're coming from. And if they're really affected by someone else or someone else's energy is leaking in or coming through, you can actually say no to it. And you can say, no, I would not like to experience this anymore. I would not like to feel this anymore. Please leave. And even if it's just an energy that you're feeling, you can keep your own energy sovereign by doing this and separate as well. But really the key is becoming more present and aware when you are feeling you are taking on an energy specifically that is not yours. Okay? You're welcome, the Empress 1111. I hope it helped. Nikki D, I did an intro course in kinesiology and it opened up the door for an incredible world for healing. I received gifts that I thought I never had. Should I continue despite my uni studies? So, Nikki, oftentimes it's funny you say that. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. Oftentimes in the course of things that we feel or we think we're supposed to do, something else comes along in the midst of that thing and shows us a different path that we're actually more attuned to. And I'll give you an example. I told you guys in the beginning of this live stream that my university study was political science and philosophy and football, right? And along that journey, because those areas weren't really aligned with me, I found and looked into more nutrition, health, how the body worked, how the cells worked, right? How to utilize supplements to heal any disabilities or any ailments you were going through. And that became my passion for the next 7 or 8 years instead of political science. So I will definitely agree and tell you, allow life to show you through your own excitement and inspiration where you are meant to go, as opposed to staying strictly attuned to the thing that you thought you needed to be or do because you were on a certain path. Life requires sometimes, especially in these times, openness and flexibility and presence to where your body wants to take you. And if you just allow yourself to make those choices where your body actually wants to take you and let go of any of the perceived consequences from leaving something else behind, like we talked about in the live stream, your life can be so much more attuned to where it needs to go. And so I would definitely recommend following that other path if that showed up for you, Nikki, in kinesiology. And it may lead to even more places, right? Kinesiology may just be the gateway to get you involved in maybe energetic healing or massage therapy or some type of like energetic alignment therapy, which I feel is where your soul wants to take you, just as a little message for you. So good luck with that. Aaron Bryan, some of my closest relationships are ending because they are energy vampires and I'm sensitive empath. Do I let them know why I don't come around? That I love them for where they are, or just let it be? Aaron, it's an amazing question, by the way. So I'm going to repeat that one because it is an incredible question, and I think it's going to be relevant to a lot of people. Aaron, I think it's a she. I don't know because it's just Aaron. It could be a he or a she, but I think it's a she. Some of my closest relationships are ending because they are energy vampires and I'm a sensitive empath. Do I let them know why I don't come around, that I love them for where they are, or just let it be? Here's the deal with that. If there's a need for you to speak to them, to let them know an important truth that they need to know as feedback on their own journey, for their own soul's greatest and highest good, that at the same time is also blocking you or blocking your ability to be you or to express yourself or to be free or to enjoy your life, then that message is highly recommended and or must be said, must be communicated. If it's simply a case of you no longer interacting with certain people or no longer feeling drawn to certain individuals and they don't come around or they aren't already involved in your life, then you can just let it be because there's no energetic connection there, right? I'm saying if there's relationships where you were like formally with them or formally friends or formally close by them and they're still interacting with you on a daily basis and they're basically taking up your energy because they're not leaving you alone or because they're not receiving your feedback, that is when you must speak up. That is when you must tell them, hey, this is what you're doing that's causing me pain or causing me discomfort or limiting my ability to be happy. So that's why I can't spend more time with you. Okay, that's the truth. And because of that, I need to not be your friend, or I need to not be in a relationship with you because you're doing these things and you know, if you're open to shifting them, great. But if not, I got to say goodbye. Now, you're going to get one of two reactions from these people. You're either going to get the unraveled, monstrous mess of tangled, dark, and karmic energy coming at you all like a crazy monster, or you're going to get acceptance, maybe a little bit of a harsh reaction, but really an inner reconciliation and admittance that they're doing this, which likely they'll take their time, do some healing, and then come back later. Or you're just going to get this crazy, egoic, monstrous presence coming at you. And that's when you just have to say, oh, that's the truth of what they are. No more of that. I'm walking away. I'm good. Thank you, but no thank you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense, Aaron, if you have additional questions with that. But if there's no need because there's nothing they're doing currently that is hurting you, and it's only when you go to them that they're energy vampires and they're not even interacting with you, just let it be. Just let it be, okay? Just let it be. But if they're interacting with you and they're causing you these issues actively and you're just avoiding them, well, no, that's not going to work because chances are there's something you need to speak up about that will help your growth and progression, and there's something they need to hear as feedback on their soul's journey in order to shift or in order for them to become unraveled and to either keep on progressing in the dark ways or release the darkness. Okay? All right. Hope that makes sense. Nikki D says, thank you, and thank you, Angels and Guides. You're welcome, and thank you, Angels and Guides, as well. They give a lot of good answers here. Empress 1111, I said that to my twin. I could not take any more of the same pattern. Yes, that is a fantastic idea, Empress. And what I would say is, again, to just pay attention, right? And not that you need this because you're on your own journey, but just pay attention to see how he reacts to this. and what decisions he makes shortly after that will show you the truth of what might be best for your individual journey right now in this moment. Okay, Aaron, I figured you were feminine. Yeah, you felt feminine, but I just wanted to make sure, not assume. Okay, Misty, a close friend has cancer. She is very negative and drains me. She does not have a lot of friends because of how she is. Misty, I would say this. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm not going to give you advice unless you ask for it. That's one thing that I've learned in my intimate relationship is really only give advice if it's asked for. Okay, so if you want advice on this, I can give you that. But I think what you're saying is you're showing how this is another example of someone probably suffering a lot without even realizing it, and even potentially having physical ailments internally because of how they are, and desperately needing people around them to tell them this, even if it's hard or even if it's harsh or ugly, so they can potentially change their ways. Otherwise, they're just going to keep going down the same path. You know what I mean? So thank you for sharing that. Emmanuel says, Brandon, what if you're in trust of every day and feeling abundant? I trust my journey. Emmanuel, then you are on the correct path. You are on the right path. You're in full faith, full trust, full alignment. Just keep going, okay? And allow for whatever spontaneously occurs in the everyday occurrence to reward you and to confirm your reward for going down this particular path. And I do want to applaud you, my friend, for just the shift in energy that you've been sharing and giving, right? I feel it. I really do feel it. I just want to tell you that. I feel that. And it's amazing. And I'm very proud of you. And good job. Keep going. It's almost like as long as you can and as long as you want to enjoy your own self-internal bliss, go for it. Enjoy it. Take it in. Soak it in. It may or may not last forever. And so what I'm saying is take it while it's here and enjoy this particular reward that you've been given for the work you've been doing. And when it's meant to change, it will change on its own. There's nothing you need to do to shift it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would say keep reveling in that, and that is your job. By reveling the radiant, abundant, loving energy you're radiating, you are already doing your job and your work here on earth. So thank you, my friend. I truly do appreciate you. Good stuff. Awesome. Okay, Misty did ask for advice. Yeah, I hope that was clarifying, Misty. Let me know if you have any other questions. Lady Lux, I'm being called to realign with my boss, who I'm close with. I'm up for a leadership role now. I'm also being called to starting my own community projects. Any guidance on making the transition? I'm being called to realign with my boss, who I'm close with. I'm up for a leadership role now. I'm also being called to starting my own community projects. Any guidance on making the transition? So Lady Lux, I'm a little unclear, but I'm assuming, fill me in if I'm wrong, the transition from realigning with your boss, who would put you into a leadership role in your job, and you want to transition into doing your own community projects alone, or you want to do them side by side. Can you clarify what you mean by that, or where you're looking for guidance on it? I can give you the best guidance I can. Let me come back to you once I get clarity on that. My DM, my divine masculine, my counterpart, okay, is what Jacqueline's expressing here. Okay, expressed needing space after I tried to ask him for more attention, affection, and relationship. What advice do you have, please? Jacqueline, what I would say is, if someone else is needing, okay, a couple things here coming up. If someone else is needing space after you're asking for more affection, attention, love, recognition, whatever it is that your soul is feeling, one, of course, they need their space. But two, it's an opportunity and a lesson for your own soul to give you something that you can supply for yourself. One very important lesson that I've had to learn on my own and also help clients with is how to give themselves the love, the reassurance, the care, the trust, the affection that they can give themselves. And when they do this, right, they become independently aligned or independently self-sufficient with their own selves, to the point where, yes, if they had a partner giving them that love and affection, it's great. It's a bonus. It's a plus. But they don't rely on it. They don't need it. And I'm not saying that you're relying on it or that you need it. Okay. But what I am saying is, if someone else is expressing the need for space, chances are they feel maybe like they're not able to give that for you, or it's too much for them to give at this time, and that's okay. And the question you have to ask yourself is, how are you feeling with their response in that way? Does it make you feel sad? Does it make you feel like you're missing something? Does it make you feel like that's not the right person because they can't give that to you? If any of those things are coming up, I would actually look inside of yourself and ask yourself, why can I not give myself the same love, affection, and reassurance that I feel I need from this other person? Okay, that's the guidance I would give you in that situation. Chances are there was some maybe a parent or something like that, or someone from your past that gave you that love, or made you feel like you couldn't be loved without their presence, or made you feel a little codependent in that way, potentially, or needy in that way. Okay, not a bad thing at all. That's not a judgment, but made you feel like you couldn't get that particular love without that person's affection or without that person's presence, and that you couldn't give that love by yourself, or by yourself you weren't maybe enough to give that to yourself. So if any of that's true, what I would say, and it's not saying it is, to look at how and what is missing that would allow you to give all of what you're looking from the other person to yourself. And you can then say, all right, now I need some time, right, Mr. Person, to actually learn to love on myself. And once I've learned to love on myself and be independent and not have a need for affection from anyone else, then we can come back together. And then whether or not you decide you want to give me that affection, that's great. I can take care of myself, but I also welcome you with open arms when you're ready to do that. And that, by the way, is the fastest way to attract in a masculine. When a feminine is no longer needing that affection and love, or, pulling them in, right, because they think they can't have it themselves, that's what will chase a masculine away, trust me. But when they are just being, and they're taking care of themselves, and they're happy, and they're loving, and also they're open to the masculine, that's when he comes right in. Okay? So that's my advice to you. Hopefully it helps. Okay. Good, Emmanuel. I'm glad to hear that. Yes, it was. Thank you so much. Good mystery. Trying to do it side by side. Awesome. Heather says, my birthday is January 20th. You made me almost pee my pants. Okay. Well, that's good. Oh, it's a very amazing time to have a birthday. My brother's birthday is today, actually. I got to call him after this. So I got to tell him, like, he's not into astrology or anything like this yet. But I got to tell him he's got a great birthday. There's a lot of energy coming in right now. Actually, it's on the full moon pretty much. So it's pretty crazy. All right, guys. So that's what I got for today. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. I had an absolute blast. We're going to end it right here and now. If you guys have additional questions, you can always email me, or of course you can get a live one-on-one session, or sign up for a pre-recorded personal reading. All of that you can find on my website. A couple announcements here. I'm going to be starting, I just discussed this with Paola today. I'm going to be starting a mini tarot course, or some type of introductory course to teach people how to read the tarot pretty soon here. So just know that's going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. If you are interested in introductory tarot card learning, or learning to channel in the way that I channel, or speak to my guides and angels, all of this is going to be coming out with more content and an online course. There's also weekly astrology tarot card readings now out on YouTube. Okay, for the first one, it's going to be weekly with extendeds. You can go check that out if you're looking for additional guidance for your sign for the week. And the extended readings are all about helping you see the perspective from the other person, so you can have clarity on what decisions to make, and make sure that they're in alignment with where you want to take your soul for its highest good and everyone around. Be sure, if you haven't already, do me a quick favor. If you really enjoyed this content, if you appreciate it, be sure to leave it a like here on YouTube on True Love and Lives with Brandon Tobias. Be sure to subscribe to the channels if you haven't already, so you can be part of the Soul Fam. And if you want to be notified when I go live, hit that bell button so you never miss another live again. I have officially decided, by the way, on 1 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, moving forward from here on out, it's not going to be at 5 or 6. The standard live stream time is still 1 p.m. Pacific time every Sunday. I just think that's the perfect time. If it changes, I'll let you know. I know I change my mind a lot, but 1 p.m. Pacific time. So you guys can mark that in the calendar and know that it's going to be coming out. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. I absolutely have a blast. I'm nice and channeled out and tired, but I'm going to go rest and take a walk with my girlfriend, and we're going to close things out. I just want to thank everyone, guides and angels, loved ones, masters and wise ones, angels and archangels, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Archangel Michael. Thank you for the work you did. I did feel more calm and more protected, like there was really no dark energy. So Archangel Michael really did an amazing job. All of you guys who sent positive, loving, warm energy right through, I felt that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And let me know let me know what you guys would want to see, right? Because I'm open to new creative potential ideas moving forward with the channel. And I'm open to what you guys are looking for. So if you guys want specific things, feel free to let me know your ideas on that as well. All right. Much love and light. I will see you on the next one, and bye for now.